Hi guys, since now you know what is SQL, MySQL, database and a table, let's start with few practical examples now. The first thing you have to do is go to either of these two URLs depending on which one works for you. Once that is done, let's see how you can create a database through MySQL interface. Now we know that the name of the database which we want to create is super_market, and the SQL for that is create space database space super_market semicolon. What this SQL basically tells MySQL is to create a new database and name it as super_market. Now let's see how that is done through MySQL interface. As you can see, I am at URL localhost at port 8080/phpMyAdmin. Now in order to create the database super_market, first click on the tab SQL, then either type or paste the SQL which we just saw, which is create database super_market. Then go to the right and click on go. Once you do that, you can see that the MySQL has successfully executed the SQL and it has created a new database named super_market for you. Once you click on it, you can see it has opened the database super_market, but there are no tables yet inside the database. So let's see how we can create a table inside the database super_market. Now let's see how you can create a table inside the database super_market. The name of the table which we'll be creating is table employees, and this is the table where details of all the employees working will be stored. The SQL for that is create table employees, and this is the complete SQL. Now let's understand the structure of the SQL which we just saw. Create table basically tells MySQL to create a new table. Then the word employees tells that we want to create a table with the name employees. Then we have this opening and a closing round bracket here, and between those two brackets we have all the fields which we want to store for employees. The first is the employee ID, where we will be storing the ID of the employee working. Second is the name, which is the name of the employee. Third is the hourly pay, which is the amount of money the employee is going to make every hour of work. The fourth is the position, and fifth is the employee contact, which is the employee contact number. Now for the employee ID, you can see that it is an int 11, which basically says that it is an integer, that is a number. Now what the 11 and primary key means we'll see shortly. The second is the name, and it is a varchar. This is one of the data types. We'll see again that in the future lectures. And not null basically tells that for each and every employee record you store, the employee needs to have a name. It cannot be empty. That is, a name has to be present for each and every employee detail you enter in the employees table. The third is the hourly pay, and it is a decimal. So you can enter something like 9.50 if the employee is going to make $9.50 for every hour of work. The fourth is the position, and it can be either a manager or a helper or a cashier or a cleaner. And again, it cannot be null. That is, a position has to be associated with each and every employee detail being entered in the employees table. And fifth is the employee contact. Again, it is a int, but a big int here and not null, which again says that the employee contact detail is a must for each and every employee getting entered in the employees table. Now let's see how we can create this table through the MySQL interface. So now we are again at localhost at port 8080/phpMyAdmin. Now since we want to create the table employees inside the database super_market, we'll first click on super_market, and here you can see that the database super_market is created. Now we will click on SQL. Then we will paste the create table SQL which we just saw, and then we'll press on go again. And here you can see again that MySQL has successfully run the SQL query and it has created a table employees inside the database super underscore market. Now if I click on employees, again you can see that the table is inside the database super underscore market, but the MySQL has returned 0 rows because there are no details of any employees yet in the table. So in the next lecture, we will see how we can start adding details of employees in the employee table which we just created. Thank you.